today. Let me adjust the live chat. All chats are visible. Thanks for joining. Let me know if you can hear me. I would appreciate it. My name is Tim. I'm going to turn the camera around. We'll take a look. We're going to watch some construction going on the Positano building. They have the crane rotating around. Let me set the camera down for just 1 minute while I get my other phone operational. I am broadcasting from Mactan, Newtown in Cebu, Philippines. I will call up the live stream on my other phone. Thanks for joining, everyone. I appreciate it. How are y'all doing? My name is Tim. I'll give you an unobstructed view of what is going on here. It is a beautiful day. That's the Mactan channel. How are y'all doing? Happy Wednesday. My name is Tim. Let me know where you're all living, where you're all from. Peace to all who enter here. This is your balcony update live stream today. Welcome. How are y'all doing? Let me know in the chat below who's all watching, where you're all watching from, and if you can hear me. I would like to know. Can you hear me? Can channel. Yes, you can hear me. How are y'all doing? I just verified you can hear me. Hello, Jeff, Australia. Jeff, how are you? Is it sunny where you live? It's sunny here. It's actually kind of a cool day today. There's a weird cold front moving in from the northeast, and I think this is the coolest day I've ever experienced in the Philippines. It's still warm, it's breezy, but you can feel the air is cooler than normal days. That is the Mactan Circle Mall right in front of you. How are y'all doing? I appreciate you joining the live stream. Summer. It is summer there. Oh yeah, it is summer there. It's awesome. It's summertime in Australia. How nice is that? Oh my God. Thanks for joining. It is summer in Australia. Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining the live stream. My name is Tim. I'll turn the camera around. You can see what's going on. I'll start describing what I see. I am on the balcony today, and we're going to talk about the Positano. And that is the Positano building that you see in front of you right there. 17 stories. They are constructing it. You can see the crane has a cable down to the ground. They're going to load something on there. Not sure what it is going to be, but if you stick around long enough, we will find out what it will be. My name is Tim. That is the Mactan Shrine right beyond the yellow building, which is the Gasano Mactan Circle Mall. Happy Wednesday. We're going to watch what they're doing on the Positano building. The blue building is the Pearl, 18 stories. Let me know what country you're watching from, where you're all watching from. I would appreciate it. Thanks for joining. How are you today? We're going to see what they're going to load onto that crane. They do have a cable down to the ground. My name is Tim. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Thanks for the thumbs up. Welcome everyone. This is your live stream, Mactan Newtown, overlooking the Mactan Channel. That is the mountains north of Cebu City in the Philippines. Let me know how you're all doing. And we're going to see what they're going to bring up to the top of the Positano on the end of that crane. Happy Wednesday, by the way. Let me know what you're all up to today. And here they are excavating the parking lot. You can see the backhoe. They are essentially taking out the concrete pad that used to have the temporary maintenance buildings. There is an airplane taking off from the Cebu Mactan International Airport. Right there. Where are you flying to, and why don't you come back? That looks like it's a Philippines airline flight. And right there, there's a backhoe. They are busting up the concrete on the parking lot that will serve that museum building. Welcome in. How are you doing? Happy Wednesday. Whitecaps, it's a windy day. It's a cool day today. There is a cold front moving in from the northeast. I think this is the coolest day I've ever felt in the Philippines. The air temperature is kind of cool today. If anybody knows what the air temperature is, let me know. But it's windy. You can see the whitecaps out on the Mactan Channel. Welcome. How are you? Happy Wednesday. I'm on the balcony. Peace. My name is Tim. How are y'all doing? Let's see what they're going to put on that crane. They are going to lift something to the top of the crane. Oh, there is a crane over there. It has rebar. Off to the right, next to the blue building, there is a crane holding rebar. There are workers on that rebar column. They're going to guide the rebar onto that column. We're going to watch them working today. Men at work. They do employ women as well. I see women with hard hats walking around when I'm on the streets. So there's men and women on the job site. And they are putting that rebar column down. You can see it has really long rebar tentacles on it. They will guide that down. You got workers on the column. They guide that rebar onto the column. It's kind of interesting how they make those rebar columns. Hello, welcome in everyone. There's a ship on the Mactan Channel. It is a windy, cool day. There is a cold front moving in from the northeast. You've got a crane with a rebar column. Workers guiding it into place. Positano, 17 stories, will open in late 28, early 29. They are working feverishly on that building. Stay safe, my friends. And this is the balcony. I broadcasted the New Year's Eve fireworks show. Welcome, everyone. My name is Tim. How are y'all doing? Peace, everyone. Thanks for joining the live stream. How are you? Happy Wednesday, everyone. We are watching the construction of the Pearl and the Positano. The one crane off to the right has a rebar column. Workers are standing on the column, helping guide the tentacles onto the column. My name is Tim. Thanks for joining. Welcome. I am at Mactan at Newtown in Cebu, Philippines. Cool and windy day. You can see the white caps off onto the ocean. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, it is nice. Yeah, this is the only way to go, in my opinion. This is what I envision retirement to be, a permanent vacation. Why would you want to live in the city and stare at a condo building 10 feet away from you when you can have a balcony and watch this? They are trying to guide that rebar column onto the column off to the right. Let me know what country you're watching from. Thanks for joining. My name is Tim. Happy Wednesday. Peace. I'm on the balcony. We are watching the construction of the Pearl and the Positano. Pearl is the blue building. They have a rebar column at the end of the crane. They are constructing the deck of the 16th floor. I believe it's the 16th floor. It might be the 15th floor. It might be the 15th floor. Welcome, my name is Tim. Thanks for joining. There is a ship coming in to Cebu. That is the Mactan Channel. That is the mountains north of Cebu City, right over there. Hi and welcome. I appreciate you joining the live stream today. We're going to watch them put that rebar column in off to the right. Stay safe, everyone. You are looking straight north up the peninsula of Mactan Island. Thanks for joining, everyone. Happy Wednesday. It is an interesting view from here, though. Off to the right, they're guiding a rebar, a big chunk of rebar onto a column. A Positano condo building. My name is Tim. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Let me know what country you're watching from. I would appreciate it. You have workers on the 15th floor of a condo building. They are working. They are framing out I think it is the 16th floor, might be the 15th floor. I lost track. Hello everyone. My name is Tim. It's a beautiful day in paradise. It's an awesome day to be in the Philippines. Down below they are working on a parking lot. They have a backhoe. They are taking out the concrete pad that had temporary maintenance buildings on it. Off to the right you see workers digging a trench for electrical wires. They're going to bury them. Thanks for joining. My name is Tim. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. This is going to be your balcony update video for today. So when are y'all going to move to the Philippines? That's what I want to know. Or do you live here? You might live here. Let me know what your plans are. Who wouldn't want to have that view every morning? You wake up and that's what you view every single day. There's a lot of workers on top of that Positano building, by the way. Lots of workers, and then you have the backhoe. The ASEAN Summit, the 11 Southeast Asia nations. I heard they're going to have one of the events of the ASEAN Summit over at the Mactan Expo Center on the east side of Newtown Boulevard. I heard around the 26th or 27th of January. There is another, that is a Cebu Pacific airliner taking off the Cebu Mactan International Airport. Stay safe, everyone. It is flying straight north over the Mactan Channel. And there is an airline pilot friend of mine who lives here at Mactan Newtown. I see him in the elevator occasionally. Very nice gentleman. I believe he's from Indonesia. Welcome everyone. My name is Tim. I am on the balcony. How are ya? Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. We are watching the construction of the 16th floor deck of the Positano building. Eventually it'll be 17 stories tall. They are putting the rebar column off to the right. You see a large chunk of rebar. They are lowering it down onto that column. You see the long rebar tentacles, and they kind of slide those tentacles down into the column area. Very interesting to watch how they construct these condo buildings. There is a lot of workers on top of that building today. It is sunny, it is breezy. You can see the white caps out on the ocean today. There is a ship coming into the Cebu port, by the way. It looks like it's some kind of a passenger ferry. If you're from the area and you know what kind of boat that is, let me know. It is a windy day. I'm sure they're having a rocky ride today. And then you have the parking lot. Backhoe is, looks like they're digging a hole down there. They're digging for something, probably putting utilities in. That's my guess. Digging a hole for utilities. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Tap your screen for likes. Give the video, the live stream thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Gasano Mall, they are constructing that. I'm trying to figure out where the parking for the mall is going to be. Right now, it's hard for me to figure out where the parking is going to be for that mall. Unless it's underneath the mall. It might be underneath the mall. At this point, I think it's underneath the mall. But I would think they would have more parking than that. But we will find out. I will keep bringing you updates. And the column is starting to slowly descend off to the right. That large chunk of rebar is slowly descending onto the column. You have workers up there guiding the tentacles down into the column. Be safe, my friends. And there is that ferry boat. Those are the mountains north of Cebu. Really windy day, gusty winds. Unseasonably cool day. There is a cool front moving in from the northeast. I was watching the Weather Channel last night. I think this is the coolest day I've ever experienced in the Philippines. It's still warm though. You still don't need a jacket or anything. Just a little surprised at how cool it is. And windy. Stay safe, everyone, on the Positano. You have the Mactan Shrine off in the distance. You can see the flag at the Mactan Shrine. It's blowing essentially due southeast. So the wind is coming from the northwest. It's not a very typical direction that the wind comes. So you can see there's a large weather system off to the northeast of us, and it's cycling around counterclockwise, and it's driving that flag to go almost due south, a little bit southeast. That's bringing in cool temperatures. That's the little bit of weather knowledge that I have. I'll share with you. Thanks for joining. My name is Tim. I'm on the balcony. Thanks for watching my videos. I appreciate all of your patronage and the love you're showing to the channel. We're going to focus on that. I'm at Mactan Newtown on Lapu-Lapu, Mactan Island. There is the ferry boat slowly moving its way into Cebu Port. And Cebu is just that way. Just around the corner. That's where Cebu City is. How are you all doing? Happy Wednesday in the Far East. Happy Tuesday evening in the West. Let me know if you're in the West or in the Far East. I would like to know. Somebody's doing a Yui. That orange truck is doing a Yui. They do that all the time in the Philippines. They just do Yuis in the middle of the streets. Keep your head on a swivel if you're driving in the Philippines. They're going to come at you from every angle. Sometimes they stop in front of you and turn around and come at you straight on. You never know what you're going to get. Drive slowly. Oh, the rebar column, they have placed it. It's almost in place off to the right. They have lowered it down. Look at that. Another job well done. Thanks for joining the live stream today. Don't have a lot of talkers in the chat today. Not a lot of people talking today. Let me know the country you're from. I would appreciate it. Looks like the rebar column is almost set in place. How are y'all doing? That's the Mactan Shrine. That is the Positano. Eventually it will be a 17-story condominium building. Unique privacy features. You only access the floor you buy your condo on and the amenity floor. It will reduce the possibility of strangers roaming around on your floor that don't belong there. Actually, it'll be a nice feature to have. Cassano. Hey, thank you for joining. My name is Tim. Peace to all who enter here. Thanks for watching my videos too, by the way. The blue building, the Pearl, 18 stories tall. That's why I like living here. The buildings are not too tall. You live in some of those high rises in Cebu City, they're 30, 40, 50 stories tall, high density property, a lot of people, small condo rooms. I just don't like that. But I get it, people live in Cebu for the nightlife. But you could live out here and then take a cab into Cebu once on the weekend. I know there's expats that do that. They go into the city on the weekends, enjoy their nightlife, and then they come out here. It's kind of like living in the suburbs here. Life is a little slower, a little more comfortable here. You got a little more elbow room. So let me know, Mactan or Cebu, which wins out and why. Maybe I'll put a poll up. I think I'll put a poll up. Why not? My name is Tim. Thanks for joining the live stream. I appreciate it. Leave a comment below what kind of content you want me to do. Off to the right, they just lowered a big chunk of rebar down onto the rebar column on the Positano with the crane. There is another airplane that looks like a Philippines airliner taking off over the Mactan Channel. That is from the Cebu Mactan International Airport. 10 minutes, 15 minutes away by cab is the airport. Hi, Norman. Oh, later this year? Welcome. Are you going to move to Mactan, Newtown? St. Petersburg, Florida. That is in the Tampa area. When are you going to move here and why are you waiting? What are you waiting for? That's what I want to know. Norman Fisher is in St. Petersburg, Florida. The question I have for you, Peter, are you going to come over here single or are you coming here to meet someone? That is the big question. That is a big debate. Do you come over here single, and everybody suggests that you come here single, or do you come here to meet someone? Everybody has their own opinion. Or do you just come over here not to meet anybody and just live a peaceful, quiet life? That's the question I have for you. Thanks for joining. My name is Tim. Thanks for watching the videos. Happy Wednesday. I do appreciate it. There's another airliner taking off from the Cebu Mactan International Airport. So Norman in St. Petersburg, are you coming into Cebu or are you going into Manila? Oh, you have a fiance there, so you are coming to meet someone. You have a piece of land. Are you renting the land or did you buy the land and put it in your partner's name? That's another big question. That's another struggle that people have. Here's somebody just doing another UE down there. They're just doing a U-turn. Did you lease the land? Did you put it in your Filipina's name? what are you going to do with the land? It's in her name, okay? Norman has taken the plunge. He's going all in. Feet first, buying land, putting it in the Filipinos' name. It's such a big debate here. There's a lot of expats who are leasing the land and then they build a building on top of it. They lease it for 25 or 50 years. And that's essentially the laws in the Philippines, essentially with these condos as well. You can lease the condo for 50 years and you can renew it for 25 years. And that, I think, is a Filipino law. So a lot of expats are leasing land for 50 years or less. Some of them are negotiating renewal clauses, some are not. And then they're building a home on leased land. Very interesting. If I would do that, I wouldn't build a very expensive home on it. I could see leasing some land and then building the home, maybe spend 10 or 20,000 bucks on the home. So you don't, because eventually your home is going to go away and you're essentially going to lose the money. And when you lease the land, after 50 years, they take the land back. Essentially, they take your home. So I wouldn't put a lot of money into the home if you're going to lease the land. Just build a small home. That's what I would do. I figure if I bought the land, it will be passed on. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you're pretty solid with your partner, that's the way to do it. If you're solid. There's another UE going on. That's the third U-banger that I seen on that street. The white vehicle. Lots of UEs going on. So that's the way to go if you're solid with your partner. And if you're not so solid with your partner, then you lease the land, you build a home, you don't spend a lot of money on the home, and then after 50 years you end up losing everything you got. Another UE. Do I see another UE down here? Right here. Wait for it. Wait for it. Yes! Another UE going on. We should count how many UEs go on that street. That's like the fourth one in the last 10 minutes. There is another airliner taking off from the Cebu Mactan International Airport. Yeah, invite me to the wedding. I'll be the best man. Even though I don't know you, I'll be the best man. I'm one of those guys that I serve as a very good best man. We'll play wedding music for you. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, thanks, Steven. I appreciate that. Yeah, Taperla did a good job of winging it. That's my kind of style, right? You just show up kind of unannounced, and you just think of something to do, like feed the hungry, and then you got somebody like a Taperla who is more than willing to get the grill out, get the food ready, and get it put together all in 10 minutes. I'm not a planner kind of guy. I just show up and wing it. And she's a good wing person for that. Let's show up and feed the hungry. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. We'll do more of those. Periodically, we'll do some of those. Feed the hungry. I think it turned out pretty well. She rounded up a bunch of the children around the area of her barbecue grill. Apparently, those children come by quite often to the barbecue stand, and then she sent one of her friends out, Joycey, out to round those children up, and they came over and they had a feast. You could see how fast the food went. I couldn't believe how fast that food disappeared. So we'll do more of those eventually in the future. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. My phone just twigged out. Thank you very much. My name is Tim. Welcome to the live stream. Happy Wednesday. We are watching the Positano get built, 17 stories. There is a Cebu Pacific airliner taking off from the Cebu Mactan International Airport. Yeah, it is. It started blocking it out about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, it's starting to block out. I have to debate whether it's going to be blocked out too much and I want to relocate. But I still have a pretty good sea view from here. I don't know. I'm too lazy to move my condo. I'm just way too lazy to do that. Probably just end up staying here. I don't know. And like I said before, I like my landlord, so I'm compelled to stay here. When you find a good landlord and you get along well, you stay. And if you move, there's a chance that you're not going to like the landlord, they're not going to help you out, and then you're going to regret moving. So once you find a good spot, my advice is to stay in that spot. And they are working on the parking lot. They're busting up the concrete pad. They're digging something. They're looking for something under there. Again, it's mostly limestone. That's why it takes so long to trench anything here. It's all rocks that they're trying to trench in. If you're talking about Quezon Highway over there. So what you're describing is the area over there by that brown building. That is the Mangrove Residences. Those are apartments. It's a hotel, apartment. You can walk there. There really isn't like a small mall over there. It's just essentially roadside vendors, street vendors over there. So it's not like walking over by the LG Garden. It's just a busy road with a bunch of street vendors. There is a dentist office over there. There's a doctor's office over there. And then the Mangrove Residence is over there. Spa-holic massage is over there. That's where I usually get my massages, at Spa-holic. That's in the same building as the Mangrove Residences, which is that brown building right there. That is Mangrove Residences, and the Spa-holic massage is over there. And there is a Philippines airliner taking off from the Cebu Mactan International Airport. Stay safe, my friends. Uh-oh, you got people, stay safe. They are on that rebar column now. Be safe over there, my friends. If you want to do walking and exercise, you should walk on the east side or east end of Newtown Boulevard, down by the beach area. There's a lot of roads down there, a lot of walkers there in the evening and in the morning hours. If you're into exercise and walking, that would be the best place to exercise and walk, on the east end of Newtown Boulevard. If you just want to walk around and look at street vendors, then go over there by the Mangrove Residences. Again, you're going to have some spots are not going to be paved. You might have to walk on some bumpy shoulders over there. But if you just want flat, nice, easy walking pavement type of place for exercise, east side of Newtown Boulevard, which is right over that way, that's where you want to exercise. During the daytime, if you want to go and visit some food vendors, then go over there by the Mangrove Residences. If you want to get a massage at Spaholic, you go over there. There's a dentist over there. There's a doctor over there. There's a couple of bakeries that I go to, and I buy bakery over there. What else do I do over there? That's about it. Deary, can you go to the 7-Eleven? 7-Eleven. There's a 7-Eleven at Newtown Boulevard. It's usually quite busy. There's a 7-Eleven located right, you see that tall building right there? That tall building right there, that's Mactan Highway. There's a 7-Eleven on the first floor of that building. There's a 7-Eleven on Newtown Boulevard. There's a 7-Eleven in LG Garden Walk as well. Yeah, Deary, yeah. There's a 7-Eleven near McDonald's, yes. It's usually quite full of people. And then there's a 7-Eleven in that tall building right there on Mactan Highway. And then there's a 7-Eleven over at the LG Garden Walk as well. Prices are usually higher at the 7-Eleven though. Usually when you buy things at 7-Eleven, the prices are a little higher than even Robinson. So I try not to go there too often, to be honest with you. But in a pinch, when you need something, then 7-Eleven is fine. There's also a 7-Eleven on Newtown Boulevard by the McDonald's. I'm on the balcony right now. I don't have load, so I can't really walk down to the 7-Eleven with my phone because I'll get disconnected. I'm using my home Wi-Fi to broadcast this live. No, I haven't. Fungal infections. No. What is getting infected? May I ask? What parts of your body are getting fungal infections? Toenails? Other parts? Fingernails? I have not. I have not gotten fungal infections of any part of my body that I know of. Fingernails and toenails, you mean? No. I think the only time you get fungal infections is if you keep your fingernails and toenails moist, right? I think if you wear shoes and socks, I think you're more susceptible of getting that. I never wear shoes and socks. I wear sandals everywhere. But I see a lot of expats walking around here with shoes, tennis shoes and socks on. My guess is those are the guys getting fungal infections. I haven't worn shoes and socks since I retired 3 years ago. This is what I wear. That's the only thing I wear right there. Yeah, you need Crocs, definitely. I don't understand why all these expats are walking around here in shoes and socks on. It's 100 degrees outside. It's 90 degrees Fahrenheit with 100% humidity. It feels like 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And they're walking around with shoes and socks on. It's like, what the hell is wrong with you people? Those are the ones getting fungal infections, my guess. And I see it all the time. Very few expats are walking around with sandals. Very few are walking around with Crocs on. I should do a video about that. Leave your Western tennis shoes at home, please. Although I see YouTubers saying you should bring hiking boots, you should bring waterproof boots, you should bring comfortable walking shoes. I'm thinking, what is wrong? Get yourself a good pair of comfortable sandals or Crocs. That's all you need, people. Unless you're climbing mountains. How often do you climb in a mountain? I don't understand it. Because the temperatures are so hot and humid here, I suggest you wear cotton clothes, anything that breathes. Cotton underwear, cotton clothes. Leave your plastic, elastic behind. Leave that in the West. Cotton. All my underwear, cotton. You need clothes that breathe in a climate like this. And I know that because I lived in Florida for the last 3 years, and the Florida climate is almost identical. It is hot, humid. You're always sweating. And when you're wearing polyesters and plastics, you tend to sweat. When you're wearing shoes with socks on, you're gonna sweat. And that's when things grow on your body that should not grow. That's my opinion. And you take a shower every day. Come on, people. I go through 2 or 3 shirts a day. When I walk around on the street, I get it sweaty. I come back to the condo, I put it in the wash, I grab a nice, clean, dry one. There is another Cebu Pacific airliner taking off to the airport. So bring a lot of cotton clothes and change them out 2-3 times a day. Stay dry. That's my advice. But I see a lot of expats that walk around with long pants on, long socks on. So what the hell's wrong with you people? To each his own, though. You can buy Crocs here for 300 pesos or less for a pair of Crocs, and that's what I bought. I've got 2 pair of Crocs. And you can buy them anywhere. I would go to the Hyper Mart, which is next to the Korean H Mart. That's probably the best pricing on a pair of Croc shoes. They're not as comfortable as the Crocs you get in the West. So if you really want a good, comfortable pair of Crocs that are good quality, buy them in the West. You can buy them here, but they're just knockoffs. They're not nearly as strong and sturdy or as comfortable here. But you can get them for 200, 300 pesos here. But they're not nearly as comfortable as the ones you buy in the West. We are watching the Positano grow as we speak. Thanks for the thumbs up, everyone. Peace out. It's another reason I wear my tank top shirts. I just don't want... Hi, Bruce. Hello, Bruce Carroll. It's another reason I wear tank top shirts is because I want to stay cool as possible, and I don't want to sweat my shirts full and then walk around with a sweaty shirt and potentially get sick. Oh, there's another Yui going on down there. It's like the 5th Yui in the last 10 minutes. So there's strategies Stay away from the plastic and polyester clothing. I recommend you buy cotton underwear, or 100% cotton if you can, or at least 90% cotton. Keep cool. Don't wear tennis shoes and socks. Find yourself a good pair of comfortable sandals or Crocs, and you should be fine. Then you should have no fungus among us. When you're in the swimming pool, take a shower after the swimming pool. After you get out of that swimming pool, there's a shower right down at the swimming pool area. You shower all of that goopy stuff off your skin. That's my recommendation. You shouldn't get any fungus. Thanks for joining my live. My name is Tim. It's like watching grass grow. We're watching the Positano building grow. I believe they are constructing the decking of the 16th floor. 15th or 16th. I get confused. It is an unseasonably cool day here in Mactan, Newtown. There is a goofy cool front moving in from the northeast. It's kind of breezy. You can see the white caps on the ocean. And they just put a big chunk of rebar down on that column over there where on the right side where the crane is. Any other questions? I don't know why they keep those yellow forms on those two columns. Something is strange there. Why didn't they take those two yellow forms off on the Positano? They normally take those forms off right away, but those two they left on. Oh, they're lowering another big chunk of rebar column down, you see? Look at how long those tentacles of rebar are. They're gonna put it on that column. You're going to have workers guide that down onto the column, and then later on they'll put yellow forms around and they pour concrete. And that rebar is really big in diameter. It's huge rebar. It's like 2-inch diameter rebar they're using on those buildings. Very interesting. Happy Wednesday, everyone. My name is Tim. I am on the balcony. I thought rather than giving you a video of the balcony update, I'd just do a live stream. And they are working on the parking lot down there too, by the way. You have a backhoe, they're digging. They're digging something down there. I'm looking for maybe a utility line. I don't know what they're doing. My guess is they're looking for a utility line that's leading into that World Museum building. I have no idea. Here they're lowering that big chunk of rebar on the 15th floor. I did a video a few days ago. They are breaking ground. They did break ground on the Costa Vida residential resort. That's going to be located down at the private beach. That, in my opinion, is the building you want to buy into or leasehold into. Do I have trouble finding stuff to do throughout the day? Not really. Oh, there's another Yui. No, I have 2 YouTube channels, and I'm basically doing videos and editing videos all day and all night long. So I could see if I didn't have the YouTube channels that there could be, hard, it'd be hard for, there's another Yui going on, that van right there. I could see that if you don't have a hobby of some sort. I know a lot of expats' hobby is to sit down at Starbucks and watch the beautiful girls walk by. I see a lot of the guys doing that. That's not my style, so I turn my attention in doing YouTube videos and editing. But if you don't have YouTube, and if you're not a sit by the Starbucks and watch girls walk by all day kind of guy, it might be difficult for you to find some things to do. You get sick and tired of sitting at the beach all the time, walking to the LG Garden. You might want to do some more traveling. I know there's a lot of expats that they travel once a month, once every other month. They're going somewhere. They're flying to El Nido, or they're going to Boracay, and they're planning trips. So you're gonna have to find something to do for sure. They're doing day trips into Cebu. I take a walk to LG Garden Walk almost every day. I'm in the grocery stores almost every day. That's why my grocery bills are so damn high. I'm buying a lot of Western foods, a lot of Western vegetables. I'm eating beef tenderloin almost every day, and you're going to see my next budget come out, and I'm sure it's going to be through the roof because I'm eating like a king. I'm eating like I am in the West. I make my own. Generally, I make my own breakfast. I make my own lunch. I make my own dinner. Not too easy, but recently it has been easy. They stock them pretty easy, pretty often at the Robinsons. Parsley, ooh, that's a good one. I haven't really looked for parsley. It's hard to find rosemary. Rosemary at times is out of stock, and I use rosemary to make my steak. Parsley I haven't really looked for. Cherry tomatoes, cilantro. Yeah, I don't use a lot of cilantro either. So I don't know, there's another Yui. But cherry tomatoes actually are fairly easy to get, but they're just expensive. You're paying $3 for maybe, I don't know, 20, 25 cherry tomatoes. You're paying $3 for them. And sometimes Robinson runs out, then you have to go to Metro Mart. Sometimes they'll have them over at the H Mart, the Korean restaurant, over by LG Garden. Is it? Yeah. Yeah, they're expensive. So you're gonna have to go to Robinson, Metro Mart, and the H Mart. Yeah, it's expensive there too. Quite frequently. Because sometimes they have them, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they only offer the organic ones and they're double the price of the regular ones. So they do offer organic vegetables like bell peppers and things like that here, and then those prices are high, just like in the West. And sometimes you can get the non-organic bell peppers and they're a little bit cheaper. There is another airliner taking off. I think that's a Philippines airliner. And I noticed they take off at different angles. Some of them are much. Sometimes they bank hard, right? Yeah, you see it there in the west. Yeah. Yeah, so get used. If you're going to eat Western kind of food, you're going to pay Western kind of prices here. At minimum, they might even be higher than in the West. And I'm a Western kind of food kind of guy. That's why my grocery bill is through the roof. And I watch some of these other YouTubers, they're living on $1,000 a month. It's like, wow, what the hell are them people eating? They're just, what are they eating? Oh my God. So yeah, there's a lot of sweet potatoes. They're quite common here. I don't like sweet potatoes though. But you can find them here quite easy, quite often. I'm not sure what the prices are though, because I don't really buy them. You can buy them from the local street vendors. That's the good thing. I try to buy as much as I can from the street vendors, but you're not going to find broccoli and cauliflower from a street vendor. You will find sweet potatoes though. There's another airliner. It's a Philippines airliner. Look at that thing take off. Look at the long tentacles on that rebar. So when I submit my budget and I show you that I'm spending $500-600 a month on groceries, it's because I'm eating like a king. I'm eating tenderloin steak almost every day. Not often, Steve. I do. Once in a while, I do. If I'm out and about on the street, I will. A lot of times the coconut water is warm. So when I'm walking around on the street, I'm usually making a video. It's 100 degrees out. I want something cold. And to buy a warm coconut, I mean, they chop the coconut open in front of you and you drink it. It's usually warm. I'm not big into warm liquids. No. But they do sell, what is really good though is the muskmelon cantaloupe juice, and that is iced down, and these vendors will make muskmelon juice. I think they mix in, I don't know, like condensed milk with it, and it's on ice, and it's sweet. That tastes pretty good. Occasionally I'll buy one of those when I'm walking around if I'm thirsty. But the coconut, if it's warm, they chop it open, they give it to you. It tastes okay, it's warm, it's not my cup of tea. No pun intended. What the hell, there is a guy on the side of that rebar. Stay safe, my friend. Oh my God. I think that's a guy with the orange, or isn't that? I'll be honest with you, I'm not real wild about just raw coconut juice or coconut water. It's okay, but it's nothing I'm going to stand in line for. I think that's a guy on the side of that rebar with the orange straps. I think those are a safety harness or something. What do I hear? I hear something. Which video is that? I know I get a lot of requests and sometimes I forget. There's a good chance I'm not going to give a good food review, I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big Jollibee guy. I have eaten there once or twice. And I'll be honest with you. I'm having a hard time finding anything on the menu that I like. The chicken is just generally going to be chicken and rice, and it's going to be dark meat chicken. I don't like dark meat chicken. The hamburgers, I've tried one hamburger, peach mango pie. I tried a hamburger. They tend to put some goopy stuff on the hamburger. I don't know what kind of secret sauce they put on the hamburgers. I really don't like. So I stick to McDonald's. Yeah. Most of the people that go to Jollibee eat the chicken. That's from what I can see. They also try the spaghetti. The spaghetti might be okay at Jollibee, but I don't like dark meat chicken. I really don't like their hamburgers because of the goopy stuff they put on. I have tried a hamburger there and asked them not to put the goopy stuff on, and they put the goopy stuff on anyway. Yeah, pretty much the same, Stephen. Yeah, they taste pretty close to the same. When I first got here, the first time I ate at McDonald's, it was 2 years ago, I thought the meat tasted a little more livery, more like liver. There seemed to be more of a liver flavor to the meat at McDonald's. But since I've eaten there more often, I don't really taste that liver flavor anymore, so I don't know. So if anybody has come to the Philippines for the first time and tried McDonald's hamburger, let me know if you think the meat taste has just a slight liver flavor to it. That's what I thought at first, but right now I don't notice it. I don't eat there very often. I used to eat there more often. I used to get a cheeseburger and fry, but now I don't. And it's actually cheap. You can get a cheeseburger, fry, and a small Coke. I think it was like $2.43 or something like that. But the Jollibee hamburgers are different. They put some kind of a weird goopy sauce on. I just don't like it. Yeah, exactly. I agree, Stephen. And I noticed they like their liver products here. You know, they Braunschweiger. I know a lot of the Filipinos like to eat frozen. It comes frozen, but it's Braunschweiger that's in like a casing. It's kind of like what we have at home. But a lot of times in the stores here, it's frozen. And Braunschweiger is what? Essentially ground liver, I think. And the Filipinos like that. So I think they like that liver flavor. And I think when they make hamburgers for McDonald's, I think they're putting a little bit of liver in it. That's what I'm thinking, but I'm not sure. There's a different YouTuber that did the Jollibee for the first time. I forgot what YouTuber did it. Jollibee. Was it Jogo Wonder, maybe? He did it. I think. You won't see me make that video. Jollibee internationally makes the world's spicy chicken. But is it all white meat chicken? I doubt it. I cannot find all white meat chicken in the Philippines. It's hard to find, and I don't like dark meat chicken. That's the problem I'm having in the Philippines. Everywhere I go, I want a good chicken sandwich. Even at Gordon Ramsay street burger restaurant, they have a chicken sandwich. I asked them, is it all white meat chicken? They said yes. They deliver it to me, and it's commingled white meat and dark meat. So I'm not a big Jollibee burger or chicken person because it's not all white meat. Oh yeah, that was First Chicken. That was over at LG Garden. I was actually surprised it was all white meat. I was surprised, I could not believe it. But then again, it's a Korean restaurant. It's First Chicken at the LG Garden. It's fairly new. They opened up in the last few months. And when I asked, they said it's all white meat chicken. I said, are you sure? And they said, yes. So I ordered it. They delivered it. It was all white meat chicken. It's a Korean restaurant. And I think that's the reason it was all white meat. It was really good too. And the sauce, the spicy sauce was good too. And they tell me that at Cafe Cappuccino, which I did a food review about 4 months ago, and it's located over near the Mangrove Garden. Right there's the Mangrove Garden Residences. There's a restaurant called Cafe Cappuccino. I was recently informed that they serve an all-white chicken breast meal over there. I'm going to try that. I'm probably going to do a food review over there. I think it's break time. That's why you see the workers coming down. It must be about 11:30. Can anybody tell me what time it is? Usually around 11:30 the workers go on break. There's another big chunk of rebar getting lifted up by a crane. Large piece of rebar. Yeah, I tried a donut there. I'll be honest with you, I was not impressed with the donut. 8:45 in Arizona, that doesn't do me much good. What time is it in Florida? I don't know how many hour differences it is. 8:45, 9:45, 10:45. Yeah, I did try the donut at Jayco. I know there's a lot of expats that go to Jayco for the coffee and the donuts. Not impressed. I actually like the local donuts. There's a local bakery. So it's 11:45 here. There's a local bakery located right there on Mactan Highway. Best donuts in the world. I've already tried the donuts at Dunkin' Donuts. There's a brand new Dunkin' Donuts on Quezon Highway. I think they were better than Jayco donuts, but they, again, not as good as the freshly made stuff at these local bakeries. For me, the best donuts in the Philippines are those local bakeries. Because the donuts at... Oh, okay. All right. So if you have a Jollibee in Canada with all white meat chicken, I probably would go and try it for sure. So the donuts, like at Jayco, they don't deep fry them. I don't think I think they bake them. The Philippines classic donuts are really not deep fried. I don't think they're like baked. It's kind of... So the traditional donut is different than what you find in the West. But those local bakeries, I think they seem to deep fry them. They taste similar to a Western donut. There is another Cebu Pacific airliner taking off. That's why on one of my videos, I said one of the best things I like in the Philippines are those bakeries. Those bakeries make awesome bakery. I like it better than the Dunkin' Donuts. I like it better than the Jayco donut. That's why I'm encouraging my subscribers to get out and get away from the expat favorites and try the local stuff. You'll be surprised how good some of that is. Yeah, Pete, that is the Positano right there. They're lowering that big chunk of rebar on the crane right there, that big chunk of rebar. They're lowering as we speak. Funnel cakes, I like funnel cakes. Yeah. But the donuts that I had at Jayco did not seem deep fried. It seemed like it was baked, like a piece of bread. It was almost like a piece of bread. Where the sugar donuts I buy at the local bakeries, that looks, it feels, and it tastes like a deep fried donut you get in the West. But the Jayco donut wasn't. It was almost like a piece of bread that they made to look like a donut, and then it raises, and then they put frosting on it. It's like, yeah, not my style. Well, you should go and try it for yourself. Go and try it for yourself, and let me know your opinion. But when I'm walking around and I get a hankering for a donut, and I'm walking near the Jayco, I'm walking past the Jayco, and I'm walking just down the street over by the Mactan City Hall, which is right over there, by the way. There is a fresh bakery over there, and I'll buy their donuts instead. One of those local bakeries. There's another UE going on right there. But the expats go to Jayco for, I think, to use the internet, to surf their computer, and to pick up girls. That's why they're there. Yeah, there's a Dunkin' everywhere here in the Philippines too. I'm kind of surprised. I'm not real impressed with the Dunkin' Donuts here either. They're kind of similar to a Jayco donut at the end of the day. All right, friends, I'm going to end the live stream. My arm is starting to get numb from holding my camera. Yeah, you're not going to find an apple fritter here, Concho Pete, I don't think. I've never seen one. Get your fill of that before you come. I've never seen one anyway. I'm going to peace out. I've been on live for an hour 18. Take care, everyone. I think I'm going to make lunch. I think I have to go to the H Mart and maybe buy some steak today. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, everyone. Bye-bye. Concho Pete. Yeah, get your fill of apple fritters before you come here.